Hello my dudes, and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. If you're new here, I'm Evan, and I knit things. And do lots of other crafts too, but we don't need to get into that. These are driving me nuts. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. I'm so glad you're all here. Today for me is Friday, November 7th. And this is podcast episode 30. I just want to take a second here to say thank you to all the new subscribers. On last week's podcast, we were in the 600s after 2 weeks before that being in the 500s. And then 6 days ago, I posted thank you for 700 subscribers. And this morning, we have 800. So, thank you guys so much. This is crazy. My goal for the entire year that I didn't want to tell anybody because I thought it was too outlandish was to hit 500 subscribers here. And now we've hit 800 and I'm just blown away. So thank you all so much. I hope you like it here. And if you're watching and not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. So today, I don't have a super ton of stuff to show you or tell you about. This week has been entirely Christmas knitting, so we have one finished object and then 3 projects I can show you, and that's it. So I guess with that, let's jump right in to finished objects. So, spoilers for Roll for Christmas. If you don't want to see them, if you don't want to see this finished object, go ahead and skip to whips and I'll see you over there. If you don't care, hi. Finished object. Guess what? It's another classic ribbed hat. The classic ribbed hat is a pattern by Purl Soho. It is free on their website. If you need a fast, easy knit hat, this is where it's at. By the way, they don't sponsor me. I do work for them, but like, they don't pay me to say nice things about them. Like, some of their stuff I really hate. And some of their yarn I really hate. But anyway, they're not paying me to talk about this hat at all. Nobody's paying me to talk about anything, by the way. There are no sponsors of any kind here. If you're a knit, tool, or yarn person who wants me to talk about your stuff, I will do it if I like it. As long as you don't mind me saying I hate it if I do. Because I'm not going to say that I like it if I don't. Sorry. Anyway, tangent aside, classic ribbed hat by Purl Soho. It comes in 5 sizes. They're knit in DK/worsted weight yarn. Given that it's a 1x1 rib, the gauge is not super important. As long as you're close-ish, it'll be fine. Because, like, yeah, that's a hat, but, like, look how much stretch that has. That'll fit on anybody's head. So they have, like, 2 kid sizes, or, like, a baby, a kid, small, medium, large. I think, I don't remember. This is the adult medium. The yarns are Spunky Eclectic is the dyer. The base is called Cloudfoot, and the colorway is called Cat's Eye, and that's held together with weird fuzz. I held it together with the dyer is Loop and Whirl, and it's just their fingering weight base, and the colorway was Ruby-tailed Wasp, and it It's the cat's eye that did the striping, but it looks really nice. I like it a lot. So there's one more hat done. Why am I getting so many notifications right now? Sorry. So that's the only finished object. Let's jump right into whips then. Oh, we can do what am I wearing first. What am I wearing? You may recognize this sweater if you've been here for a while. This is the D20 Surprise Sweater, which you can learn everything you ever wanted to know about by watching the series. There's a playlist here. I will link it. I don't know which side of the screen it will be on. I have no concept of which side of the screen it'll be on. But I will link the playlist and you can go watch me make it and learn everything you ever wanted to know about it. But the pattern I used is the Stripe Hype. It is somewhat modified. And I used a bunch of fingering weight yarn scraps held double, except for this is a DK weight. I don't know what it is. Sorry, I can't tell you. And this is my current favorite pullover. I can't say favorite sweater because I do have a favorite cardigan. And when I'm in a cardigan mood, I wear that cardigan. And when I'm in a pullover mood, I pretty much wear this pullover. Because I love it and it's amazing. So now we can jump into whips. We always do cross stitch first. Again, all three of these whips are going to have spoilers for Roll for Christmas. So if you don't want spoilers, let's see, where can you skip to? I guess you can just skip to books at the end, and if you don't care about what I've read, then I'll see you next week. So, cross stitch. I don't remember exactly where it was last week when I showed you, but we've started the final tube. Last I remember showing you, we were on this one, and that one got finished and backstitched, and this one got done and backstitched, and this one we started the fish guy, and he just needs backstitching, and we need to fill this in with two colors. We're on the lighter color, and then the darker color is this red. So, nearly there. Making progress. I mean, all of these projects are making progress. It just feels slow because I'm working on so many of them at a time. Second one. Look at this adorable bag, by the way. This bag was made by my friend Amber at Amby Marie Knits. I won this in her most recent giveaway. It's amazing. I'm obsessed with it. It's so cute. She makes some of the best bags that I have. She does have an Etsy shop. I don't know if there's any bags in it right now, but I'll link it down below. Okay. This is another classic ribbed hat. So we already talked about all of the pattern details, so I'll just tell you what's different between this one and this one. Isn't it interesting how pooling happens sometimes? Because like this is the same cat's eye yarn as this, but the yarn I'm holding it with is different. And they're the same size as well. Very interesting. So here's the spunky eclectic cat's eye. And then I'm holding that with Ella Ray Lace Merino. And they don't have colorway names, they just have numbers. So these two equals this. So we're getting bigger stripes with this one, which I think is really interesting. Very interesting. So this one I have 21 rows left until the decreases. So it's getting there. And this is the last hat that I'm making. So that's good. So we're almost done with the cross stitch. We're almost done with the last hat. That just leaves the final whip. Today's episode is going to be really short. Sorry. I'm not sorry. That's how it is. Okay. This is the Forests of Arda cardigan by Melanie Roundtree. I am knitting it up in 2 colors of Knit Picks Worsted, Shire Heather, Dove Heather. Yes, I used to be an affiliate of theirs. I am not anymore. Okay, so here's where we are. I don't remember where we were last time I showed you this, but okay. I think I had just started the color work at the bottom, but got the collar on and the edging all the way down the front. We did the first 2 leaves there and here. Like this is the button loop, and this is where the button goes. Because you have to do this leaf before you finish the collar, so that you can't see them in the collar. Though you can see where it's here, so I don't know what to do about that. It may just be that's how it is, but you can't see it in the collar at least. And then the color work cables at the bottom are finished. Very beautiful. And then yesterday, I'm gonna rant for a minute here, okay? So I did the sleeve cap. It's a set-in sleeve, so there's that much short row shaping for the sleeve cap, which is fine. So I did that, and then I wanted to make sure that I did it exactly the same in picking up stitches and everything on the other side. So I did the other side sleeve cap too, and then continued from there. So then continued, then right here is where you start the shaping for the arm bracer. Like it goes from like here all the way down. So you start like here and it goes around the forearm, and then there's a cable down the forearm there. So I got done with the probably that long of doing the bracer cable, and went to connect them and realized I did the entire thing wrong and had to rip out like 6 hours of work. So then I put this down and said, okay, you're in timeout a little bit. I also need to make sure that I ripped back to the correct row, because it could be wrong, because that's just how yesterday was going. But I've got a quarter of the sleeve done. So what's left on this? Half of this sleeve, most of this sleeve, and then there's these appliques, probably 2 more on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 leaves and attachments, and then there are appliques on the arms as well. So there's still so much left on this. Like there's so much done. It's a tunic length like jacket basically, and there's so much done. Like these cables took like 12 hours. Like there's so much done, but there's still so much left, and I didn't even steek it. There would be like twice as much work left if I steeked it, which is why I didn't, because I didn't want all the work left in the finishing. But like, yes, that's going to look stunning when it's finished, and not all bunched up and everything. I need to find the perfect buttons. Like, a dark wood toggle maybe. What do you think? But then vertical toggle or horizontal toggle. I don't know. I think my partner has to take off a day next week because he has too many vacation days until the end of the year. Because he like hoards them until the end of the year. So I think he's going to take off a day during the week next week, and we're going to, that doesn't look weird at all. We're going to have a little date day. I need to go to Michael's because I need a bunch of stuff like fiber fill and need buttons for several things. And I technically have a local yarn shop, but it's really more of a weaving shop that has some yarn. We went once, and they don't have like any buttons. They had a few ceramic buttons, but that was it, and that's not what I'm looking for either project that I need buttons for. And they really don't have very much yarn. If you're looking for a loom, they're the place to go. Or weaving classes or things like that. Or spinning. They have a lot of spinning wheels as well. So I did get fiber last time we went. But I have a lot of fiber right now and I haven't spun since July. So anyway, next would be acquisitions, but I don't have any. So no acquisitions. Books, I guess. Time for book chat. I'm pretty sure I read like nothing this week. It was a really bad week pain-wise, so my focus is usually pretty bad when that happens. I finished 2 books since last week. So first was Go Hex Yourself by Jessica Clare. It was okay. 3 stars. And The Dead Husband Cookbook. Thank you to whoever recommended this in the comments last week. It was exactly what I needed. It was perfect. It was exactly what I needed. It was so good. That's by Danielle Valentine. 4.5 stars. So if you've got more recommendations, let me know. We're looking for maybe slightly horror-y, slightly funny, not very serious, like, and not like a 1,000,000-part series. Something I can like sit down, listen to, enjoy, and then be done with, you know? Like earlier in the year or last year for me, that was Vampire Knitting Club, but I read them all. Maybe I need to pick one of the offshoots of Vampire Knitting Club. Like there's Vampire Book Club, and there's, or maybe not Vampire Book Club. There's one about a book club, and there's one about a flower shop. Maybe I need to pick that up. Currently reading. My partner and I are reading Carl's Doomsday Senario by Matt Dinniman. That is Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 2. Loving it. I finally started my physical book from Roll for TBR, which is Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. I'm about 8 hours into this book, and I'm still bored. Like, I understand this is a super high fantasy novel in which there is so much world building, and that's fine. I totally understand that, and I would love it at any other time. But right now, I just feel like so, like, not burnt out, but like just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But my brain does not have the space for epic world building right now. So I'm going to continue to attempt to suffer through it. Because I know it's going to get good. I know it is. I love Victoria Aveyard. I loved Red Queen when it came out. I know it's going to get good. I just have to get through it. And it's a 3-book series. Like, I'm only suffering through it right now because I rolled it. Like, am I allowed to, like, put it back and be like, we'll pick this up another time? That doesn't feel like it's allowed. Like, yeah, I made the rules and I can do whatever I want, but, like, that feels cheating. Whatever. I'm also reading Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. I think this would be amusing, but I really hate the audiobook narrator. Like, there's two. There's one for the guy, and he's Irish, and his voice actor is great. And then the girl is from Texas, but the voice actress who is doing her is just so over the top with the Texas accent that it sounds so fake and so bad that I can't pay attention to anything she's saying. Like, he's an undertaker, and she is an animator, and, like, she's bubbly, super happy, and he's grumpy. It's the ultimate grumpy sunshine, but, like, I just can't get past her voice. So I am probably going to DNF that and pick up a different romance for right now. I did have Roll for Romance by Lenora Woods come available yesterday, so I may do that instead. Basically, I just hate everything right now, and that's probably mostly... Wow, that was a huge... Do you see this fluff that was in my eyelash? No wonder that felt weird. Oh, don't drop my glasses. Yeah. I'm just a bit stressed out with getting all of this stuff for Christmas done. And then I wanted to finish my Make 9 for the first time ever, but that just doesn't seem possible at this point. So I'm trying to do more things than I am capable of doing, particularly with already being chronically ill and disabled, and every time I get like a good groove going with something, I have to stop and rest, and yeah. Generally frustrated, so I need lighthearted in my book reading right now. Anyway, that's it. That's all I've got for today. Short one. Hopefully next week I will have 3 finished objects to show you, and I will get to work on something for myself again. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. If you're still here after this 10 minutes of ranting, you're a real one. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Go follow me over on Instagram for more daily stuff. If you have interest in watching any of my long form videos, please do so, even if you've already watched them. Since we are at 800 subscribers now, the only thing that is holding us back from monetizing is long form video watch hours or shorts video views. So I guess, or you could watch shorts a million times. So to monetize here on YouTube, you need to have 3 videos in the past 90 days, 500 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours in the past 365 days. That has to be long form content that is not branded, and that isn't sponsored. Or you can have 3 million public shorts views in the past 90 days. 3 million. That's crazy. So we're at 620 watch hours and 51,000 shorts views. So if you feel like just putting something on in the background, go do it. Alright, I'll see you guys back here next time. You can click the notification bell to be notified of whenever that is. But otherwise, I'll see you around the internet. I love you all so much. Thanks for being here. and I'll see you next time. Bye!